Good morning, all my colorful friends out there. How you doing this pretty morning? Oh, fix my collar here. Yeah, it's a glorious morning. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to give an intro to this video. Just in case you didn't see my other video about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's about things I have tried to use to make cement molds to fix them up so you don't have to go out and buy those expensive molds. So it was kind of a trial and error of different things that I used. And some turned out good, some turned out bad, and some just turned out darn ugly. But anyway, that was the video I had that I just put out. I did so many little projects doing that, experimenting with those molds. Then I wanted to finish up the individual items that I was able to pour and make out of cement. So that's what this video is about. It's about finishing up these items that I did for the molds. So yeah, few little deals on how I painted them and how I put them together, and just you know, finishing them up, getting done. So it took a little while to do this video because well, we had a hurricane come through here on the Gulf Coast. My hometown team, the Astros, are in the playoffs, so you know I had to watch those games. Still watching them. Go Astros. So I'm going to put this video together, and I hope it might help you get some ideas for your crafty projects yourself. Enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Leave comments down below and hit that subscribe button because I'll be doing more crafty projects. In fact, I got a lot of ideas up here that I'd like to share with you and see if they turn out okay. But for now, just sit back and watch and enjoy. Some of these items may show up in my eBay store. Most of the cement items will go to the auction house because they're just I'm outside and there's somebody in my driveway. Most of the items will go out to the auction house because they're just way too heavy to mess with shipping. But I do have some smaller items that will show up in my eBay store. So if you're interested, come by. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Link below. So enjoy. Have a wonderfully blessed day. I love you, and I send you all the good tidings that I can. Here is the little froggy that was made from this rubber froggy. As you can see, it's a little smaller, but yeah, he turned out pretty cute. Put him in the garden. This one will actually be going to my neighbor's grandson because he likes little froggies for a little garden froggy. Okay, doing the finish up of all these little projects I had started using the molds. This is the one with a silicone heart. These are the cut up disc to give it a little shine. So I have not sanded it yet. It has to be sanded, these rough edges off. This was my glove hand and the mold from the dollar store of the weird face that I put together. So again, got the sand on it. Get this roughness up. And these were the gingerbread dudes that were in that silicone mold. Of course, again, I need to sand it. I put them down in a dish. Actually put bubble wrap down in the bottom of it to give it some texture. Don't know why, you can't really see the bottom of it, but I just trying it out. But the idea of this is you can put a candle in the middle and it's going to glow through here. So again, it's going to need to be sanded. Get them all sanded really good, and get a coat of the sealer on them, and get them painted up. These kids' gloves over here are getting ready for a future project. So that's why you're seeing all these little hands over here. These are just kids' gloves, and they're going to be for a future project. So yeah, I'm going to get work and get these guys sanded and get the sealer on them so I can start painting them. Okay, I have the sealer on these guys, both bottom and top. This is what that looks like. If you don't want to buy sealer, which is kind of expensive, I looked it up online. It's about $60 a gallon. I looked out and found this on an online auction and paid only like $10 a gallon. But I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and they say you can actually mix white glue and water together, thin it together, and use that as your sealer, which that's sort of what this actually looks like. A very expensive white glue and water. So anyway, I did get that doggy Dalmatian step painted. Let me get over here and show you. This is the one, if you remembered, I tried using the aluminum. No, I don't know how to get it out here. Where are you? No, always the one you're looking for. I can't find. Okay, this, the Wilton mold that I could not get the cement out, which is unfortunate because he's turning out kind of cute, if you can see. I did, after I painted him, I did come back with like a light wash of black that gives it kind of a worn, older look, antique-ish type look on it, like it wasn't just freshly painted, because that's kind of the look I was going for. I do need to get sealer on it when all of the paint dries on it. I had ordered, and it just came in today, this, to start using it as my base coat instead of just regular white paint, because that's what it is made for. It's made for cement and masonry type things. So you know, for long lasting, I'm going to start using it. So anyway, I'll do some more on these projects that I'm finishing up, that I tested different types of molds, finding some didn't work and some did work, and it's turning out really cute. And I'll show you the final results. Okay, I'm getting the base coat on these with that, can't remember, the masonry deal. But on this one, the one that I'm going to put the candles in, I've decided I'm just going to go with the regular this one. I've used it on the cement before, and it seems to work really good. Reason being, since I'm going to do this in black, I do not want to have to try to cover up white with black. I think it's going to be easier to put a couple of coats of the black over the gray. Plus, it'll cover up. This was so funny. I used a Home Depot sack in my glass dish that I used for the mold to set this in, and look how the orange of the Home Depot came out in it. Huh, this is good to know. You know, that might be some technique I might want to try later, using some kind of colored plastic sack and putting the cement in it to get a different look. You could surely get the print on it. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to putting my primer coats on these cement items. I have my primer coats on these two pieces, the Screaming Man on the hand and the gingerbread. Gingerbread I went ahead and painted this rusty gingerbread color. I'm not sure what I'm going to do around in the base. It is going to be set up for a candle to go in the middle of it. I have some ideas on decorating my gingerbread men when they dry, but I'm not sure if I may just leave that white like they're in snow. Maybe a little glitter down there that would catch the light of a flickering candle and make it look like it's snow. But anyway, I'm not at all sure what I'm going to do with this piece painting, except I think I'm going to go ahead, since I still have some of this reddish brown color out, and do like a dry brush on the head. He's got a lot of spots and stuff in the concrete texture, you know, like his ear and his nose. So I think if I do a dry brush coat over it, it'll do it. Now to do a dry brush, what you do is you're going to get some paint on your brush. If I can do this and hold the camera. And then you want to have something to wipe most of the paint off the brush, so it's just very dry. You can almost hear the difference. And then we're just going to do like this, real light. It'll just bring out some of the marks and the texture in that concrete. You can do it as heavy or as light as you want when you're dry brushing. I may come back and add a little shading into the mouth area. But yeah, I'm just gonna get this. Oop, went down on my hand, didn't really want to do that. Just do this. On those other skulls, I did like a wash where you really thin the paint down and you put it on, and then you have a rag ready and you just wash it off. That box out of my way. I may wind up doing this all over and down on the hand, but thoughts were, since I wasn't going to put any color on this head, that I would put some color on the hand. And why I'm doing this over here and not on my turntable, who knows? Who knows? I guess just because I was running out of room, and over here seemed as good a place as any. Now see, it was just that one time getting some paint on my brush and coming back, and that's about it. That's all we need. Yeah. I wish she'd have had both eyes, but that mold didn't have both eyes. So see, that does bring out his eye. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it on him. Like I said, I may come back and just put a little tint of color in his mouth, like a little light blush color or so. What I have in mind on decorating the gingerbread men is I think I'm going to put some white paint. I have some leftover hair color bottles that have got the little sweet squirty tip on it, and mix a little cornstarch with it and decorate like it was actually icing on it. So maybe, yeah. Okay, well, I need to let these pieces dry. Rubber duckies are pretty much all painted over there, waiting to dry. And move on, because I've got some other projects in my mind I want to do, and I just seem to have done so many projects, playing with the different molds and stuff, so I'm really ready to get these guys finished up and all. So I'll show you the next steps when I get to them. I've thickened up my white paint with cornstarch. I've never done this before. Put it in a bottle thinking it would be easy, like a pencil almost, but alas, it's gonna drip. Maybe I didn't get enough. It is nice and thick, but no, I guess you can't set it up. I'll have to do each one and turn it on its side like this to keep it from dripping. Turn it like this to keep it from dripping. Okay, here is the Dalmatian out with my garden steps. That was the Wilton aluminum mold that I cannot use anymore, unless maybe I try putting it in like that. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for some more and try oiling it up a little better. But he's out here with the fall leaves, makes a wonderful step. I would love to add a few more little doggies. I do have those other two Wilton pans, so I may give them a try. I think Mickey Mouse and somebody else, some Disney characters, so I may give them a try, because yeah, I really wanted to fill in this little area right here with some cute and bright and colorful steps, and he looks good. So that was one project down. Here are the cement duckies made from rubber ducky molds that I'll be able to reuse again, because I have found that I can tape them and they're reusable. You just have to sand off where the seam was and all, but they turned out really cute, really cute. I was going to put felt on the bottom of them so they could be used like as paperweights on a desk, but then decided no, I would rather them be like this. A person could make their own mind up if they wanted to, but my ideal is garden duckies. They can be set in a flower pot. Yeah, especially the guy from the dark side. So yep, that was another project done with the molds that I've come up with. Here is my painted sugar skull skeleton head. This came from this headdress that was a costume that I found at the Goodwill, and I took the rest of the costume off and patched up his eyeballs, and he really turned out good. Really got some good details from this, except it's a little thick. If I do another one of these, I don't think I'll pour it all the way to the top like I did on that one, because Mr. Sugar Skull is very, very heavy. Very heavy. Let me see how thick it is. But he would still look pretty cool sitting in your garden among your flowers for a nice little bright spot. This one will be going out to the Saturday auction, and hope that somebody else will like him and take him home with them. Oops, excuse me. Okay, here is my heart project that I made using the Heart Baker's cake baking thing that came out extremely easy. I really like the silicone. I give them an A+++ on my mold, on using as a mold. I was a little disappointed. I painted this guy black and gave it an overlay spray of silver. I will learn, these were the cut disc. When I put my original sealer on the cement, I just kind of smeared it all over, thinking it would be like some of my fairy houses. I could just come back and wipe it off and get it off, but alas, no, it's pretty much stuck on there. So, yeah, lesson learned. But this will be cute, sitting out on the patio with some tea light candles. Let me turn the lights off and see if we can get a... Yeah, there we go. Right now I just have the battery operated tea light candles in it, but being cement like it is, you could use real tea light candles in it if you wanted. Ooh, it does get a little reflection off of those discs, was the idea of using the discs back there. These were just 3 little bowls actually that my friend found for me, because I said I was looking for some colored glass. I had this project in mind, but again, if I do this again, which I probably will, because I do like this idea of making something for the patio that'll stand up outside with some candles in it. Ooh, wouldn't it be nice for a romantic dinner? But I will tape off better so the paint overlay doesn't spray on the glass and all. But I have not found any more of these little cups. I need some in different colors. My friend that helped me find these, find me some more little colored cup dishes, bowls. I guess even well, no, you have to have like a cup so your candle can fit in it and all. But other than the fact that I did the overspray and got it on my disc, I'm very pleased with how this turned out. So another project out of the way. Okay, here's one of my other projects that I did. Of course, this was using the glove, and the head was one of the Halloween, not this one, but one of the Halloween cheapy dollar store that I found, and I had to cut to get it out. But again, it can be taped back together, so I can make another one. I did wind up, even after I did the brown dry brush on it, come back and did a dry brush of black, because it just wasn't spooky enough looking for me with just that. So yeah, he turned out okay. That's just a fake plant in it. You could put a real cactus in there if you want to. And let me turn the lights off, because I set one of those lights off. Yeah. Oh, it gives him a nice spooky glow there with the lights off. Yeah. He will be going out to the Saturday night auction house. I took the ones that I had made from these with some succulents out, and people seem to like them with some of my other deals. I'll insert the little quick video from out there and after this and continue telling you about some of these other projects. But this is another project, experimenting with different type of things to use as molds, that I think turned out fine, just fine. You don't have to buy those expensive $100 rubber molds. You can find stuff to use that works out really well, I think. So anyway, this is my last project I did with experimenting with different types of things to use for molds. The gingerbread men came from one of the silicone baking molds. I have not finished painting it yet because unfortunately if I try to paint it up like this, the paint is wanting to drip. So I have to turn it over and paint each individual one at a time, and I still have a couple of more to go over here. This will be where you can set a candle in the middle. I don't know if you can see or not, but I have decided to just leave the bottom white, and I'm putting a little glitter on it, glitter paint, to make it look like snow, and I'll do the inside. This is the one too that when I used that, I used bubble wrap to kind of give it some texture on the bottom. Again, very heavy, but great if you decorate your patios, your front porch, to be able to put a candle in the middle of it. I would say a bigger candle than one of the tea light candles. So whenever I get this finished and we get a little closer to the holiday season, I'll probably be taking this one up to the Saturday night auction. I probably want to do a little touch up on the bow tie on these guys. Right now it just kind of looks more like a red blob of paint. So yeah, once I finish them up, getting them all painted, I'm going to come back and put a little more detail on that to make it look more like a bow tie. And this was the paint that I did add the cornstarch to thicken it up. I don't know if you can see that it does. Right in there, it does give it a little lift. What I did is, oh, don't fall on the floor. I used an old hair coloring bottle and shook it up really good, and almost like a pencil I'm able to do it. But even thickened up, like I said, it does, sitting up like this, want to run. Actually, that was one of the first ones I did, and you can see a little bit of how it wanted to run in it. So I will continue keeping them turned to the side like gosh, it's heavy. Cement's heavy. Like this. You can see that, to paint them. And then, like I said, I can come back. I don't think it'll hurt when I come back and touch the bow ties up. So that is all the projects from my experimenting with different things to use for molds. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope maybe it helped you out. So you'll know you can do these projects without having to spend a whole lot of money on molds. And if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Even a thumb with a little cement under the nails will work. And hit that subscribe button. I would so much appreciate it, because I do appreciate everybody out there. I appreciate any tips, help you can give. So have a wonderfully blessed day, and I've got some other things lined up that I'm hoping you'll enjoy watching me make. So talk to you later. Hello everybody. Here I am at the Saturday night auction. Things are going to be getting ready to get started here pretty soon. Toting my new Astros, Go Astros mask. I did have some of my cement projects out here, so it kind of gets up in my eyes. I can't see. Anyway, and fingers crossed that they're going to do good tonight. I know this video is going to have video clips from here, there, and yonder on the different projects I did, but here I'll put them all together. It's just taken me a long time between watching the Astros games and hurricanes coming in, plus keeping up with my eBay stuff. It's just been a little time to get the rest of these things finished up. But look at this. Here on my table are the little skulls. I'm going to have to remind them to be very careful when they pick them up, because I just clipped those succulents and put in there. And there's the poodle and the ladybug and my crocheted candle. So yeah, I'll be bringing more stuff out.
We got the skull, we got choices of the skulls there.
Choice of the skulls, got the little pink poodle.
Pink poodle, we got the, I love this one. Look at this guy.
That's neat.
I love him. We got a lighthouse. These are the ones that are made with concrete. We got the tip dip set, lighthouse, got the blanket, or we got it like a drill tool set.
$20 waiter, $20, $20 waiter. Now 15. Hit on that 15 with a bit of program wire. Hit on that program, hit on that program, hit on that program, he's cute, isn't he? Hit on that program, hit on